Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Gaming on Board. Tonight we're going to be talking about a first-person shooter. And I'm not talking about Call of Duty or Destiny or Halo, but I'm talking about Adrenaline. This is a fast-paced first-person shooter adaptation of a board game. And let's go down to the table. I'm going to show you how to play and some of the weapons that come in the box. Alright, so we got a 4-player game of Adrenaline set up here, or Adrenaline as my 7-year-old likes to call it. You can only see 3 of the players, 1, 2, 3. I have the 4th set up over there just off screen. And if you play less than 4 players, you have to use a bot, and basically each player will decide what the bot does at the end of their turn. At the end of everyone's turn, the bot takes an action. And it's basically just move and shoot. And then one other thing, but I don't want to go into the bot. There's a lot of different things you can do there. So anyways, we took the weapons deck here and put 3 weapons on each of the spawn points. Okay. And then we took the ammo tokens, which stay in a face down pile until they're used. And we put one on each of the ammo spots on the board face up. You know they're ammo spots because they have this little symbol here. Yeah, that little symbol there. Put it face up there. And then each player will draw 2 of these special ability cards. And they'll keep one and then display and discard the other. And whatever color is in the background here and this cube here, that's where they'll spawn to start the game. So these little spots here are spawn points and weapons depots. So in this case, we chose blue. So green will spawn at the blue spawn point. And then each player will do that all the way around the table, discarding the one that they choose. So let's just say blue spawned at yellow, and yellow spawned at red, and purple also spawned at red. Okay. So each player, like I said, will draw 2 of those cards and then choose one to discard, and that's where they'll spawn. Also, the first player will take this really cool looking first player token. And that matters at the end of the game. So on your turn, you'll see each of the player boards has these little pieces here that go on the side. And what this is telling you is, on your turn, you'll take ×2. You'll take 2 actions. So you can either move 3 times, move once and grab something, or shoot somebody. So those are your options. You can do 2 actions in any order out of those options. Also, each character starts with 1 of each type of ammo. There's yellow, red, and blue ammo, and everybody has a limited ammo supply. Everybody has 3 of each different type of ammo. So everybody has 3 blue, 3 yellow, and 3 red. And we all start with 1 of each available. So let me go ahead and take green's turn so you can see how this works. So let's just say green wants to go ahead and get a weapon. So he'll use his ability of move and grab something. So he chooses not to move, and then he'll grab a weapon. So the way purchasing weapons works is I'll go ahead and grab the shotgun. So if you look here, when you're purchasing a weapon, the top slot is already paid for. You have to pay anything that's below the brackets. See these little brackets? So I have to pay 1 yellow to purchase the shotgun. So I take my yellow, put it back in my supply, and I'll take the shotgun and put it face up in front of me, or you can just hold it in your hand. But I'm going to put it face up in front of me. Then that was 1 action, so the next thing he'll do, I think he's going to move and grab something again because he needs ammo to reload his shotgun. So whenever you use a weapon to shoot, you put it face down, and at the end of the turn, if you have the ammo available, you can reload it. Now the reload cost is all cubes shown here. So the shotgun takes 2 yellows to reload. Right now I have 0, and I can't even get over here to get 2 yellows. I'd have to have 2 move and grab. So I'll go here and get 1, move here, grab this. This gives me 1 yellow, 1 blue, and a special card. So I'll grab my card, and I'll take 1 blue and 1 yellow from my supply and put it in my available area. So what these cards do a few different things. So you can discard them to reload, to go towards reloading or purchasing a weapon. You can't discard them to generate a cube to be used later. You have to discard them as part of the purchase cost. So I could use these 2 to reload my shotgun whenever I need to. Or you can do whatever it says here. So there's a few, not many, but there's a... Okay, sorry about that. We have some technical difficulties. So like I said, there's a few different types of special ability cards. This one, when you hit somebody, lets you pay 1 extra cube and do 1 additional damage. This one lets you teleport to anywhere on the map. So you can literally play these before an action, in between actions, or after both of your actions. It doesn't count as an action. And then the last thing they do is you discard them to respawn. So whenever you do die, you get to draw 1 card and then discard 1, and that's where you'll respawn. So that means if you have none in your hand, then whatever you draw, that's where you're respawning. So that was Green's turn. He grabbed a weapon, then he moved and grabbed some ammo. Now that's the end of my turn. I replace the ammo, and I can reload any weapons that I've spent. I don't have anything to reload. So then it goes on down to yellow. So yellow wants to grab a weapon as well. So, also, as soon as a weapon's purchased, it gets replaced. So we'll replace that one. Yellow's purchasing this. So we're going to replace this one. And you can never have more than 3 weapons. If you were ever to buy a weapon and you already had 3 weapons in your hand, you would have to replace 1 from your hand to the spot you took. So if yellow had 3 weapons and they wanted this, they'd have to take 1 of the cards from their hand and put it where this one came from. But anyways, weapon's going to buy this Yellow's going to buy this flamethrower. And you notice the only thing here is the red in the bracket. So that means this weapon's free. There's no additional cost. So they get this flamethrower for free. That's 1 action. Move and grab stuff. And then, let's see. I don't think he wants to shoot purple yet. So he needs a red to reload that. So he'll go ahead and move here and grab this. So he'll get a yellow and a red from his supply. And a card. Alright, so he drew a card. As part of his weapon, he got a yellow, a red, and a card. And he got a teleporter. So I've already told you what a teleporter does. This one also generates a blue cube and would let him spawn at blue if need be. So that was yellow's turn. We replaced this. If he had spent any, if he had shot any of his weapons, he could use his supply to reload. Next is purple. He wants to get a weapon as well. And he'll go ahead and grab this one because it's free. There's only a cube in the bracket, so no additional cost. And we'll replace that weapon. And then he needs blue to reload. So, you know what? Yeah, he'll just go here, grab these 2 blue and a card. You can't see it, it's off screen. Okay, here's a different special ability card. So Newton. Basically you can push anybody 2 squares away from you. And it counts for red during purchasing stuff. And it lets you spawn at the red spawn point. Alright, and then last to go will be blue. Blue also wants a weapon. and he'll pick up the Cyber Blade, which is going to cost him a red because he doesn't have to pay what's in the brackets. So he'll pay the red, and we'll replace that weapon, and then he'll move over here and pick up a yellow, blue, and a blue. Oh, and I forgot to replace this. At the end of the turn, you replace all of them. I'll go ahead and do that one so I don't forget. There you go. Alright, so we've all gone around one turn. We all got some weapons and some extra ammo. Let's start shooting people. Alright, so green is over here by himself. He can't shoot anybody with a shotgun all the way over there. So he's going to do 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these weapons are all unique. And if you decide to buy the game, you'll see all the explanations on the back. But some of them get real detailed. This one's not too bad. So you can shoot anybody that's in the same square as you. And this is important because this yellow is one room. Okay. But this is a square in that room. So blue's on the same square as me. All the other ones are basically, if it doesn't have specific squares on it, it's in sight. If you can see someone, you can shoot them. And then there's some that, like the Heat Seeker, if you can't see them, then you can shoot them. But anyways, so if he's on the same square as me, I can do 3 damage to him and push him back 1. If he's on the square next to me, 1 square away, I can do 2 damage. Which makes sense because the shotgun's a short range weapon. So I'll go ahead and use this, flip it down. So I'm going to do 3 damage to blue. So I'll take 3 of my color blood drops and put them on blue's player board. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And these player boards, there's a lot going on here. So if you get the first shot on somebody, when they die, you'll get 1 point. Then, once you take 3 damage, your move once and grab something action is replaced with move twice and grab something. So you can get farther before you grab stuff. Once you've taken 5 damage, you can move before you shoot, where normally you can only shoot. You can't move before you shoot. So that's really good, being able to move before you shoot. So the more damage you take, the more you're able to do. Then, if you take damage up to here, whoever put that final damage on you will get the victory point on the track over here with the skulls. And you'll see here on the left, it has an 8, a 6, a 4, a 2, a 1, and a 1. So whoever has the most of their little markers on this score track when all the skulls are gone gets 8 points. Second most gets 6, third most gets 4, and so on. So like I said, if you're the person to do this final point of damage, then they remove the skull from the track. You put one of your markers on the track. They'll put the skull removed from that track up there on their 8, and you get 8 points because you were the one that killed them. Then whoever had the first shot gets 1 point. Whoever had the second most damage on you gets 6, third most gets 4, and so on. So if yellow had 5 here and purple had 3 and blue had 1, yellow killed me. Yellow would get to put a piece on the kill track. They get 8 points. Now let's just say they did the first point of damage, so they would get 9 points. Then purple would get 6 and blue would get 4 points. And the point tokens are right here. So basically whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. Now, if when yellow killed me, they went beyond this, it's called an overkill. And I get to put a mark on them. So I'll take one of mine and put it on their board, not my board. I will take one of my marks and put it on their board. And whenever there's a mark up here, that basically means the next time you shoot that person, this mark comes down with that shot. So if you have 4 marks on someone and you hit them with some weak weapon that does 1 point of damage, it'll bring all 4 of those marks down with that 1 point of damage. So marks can add up quick. And that's how that works. So basically the more you're killed, the less valuable you become. Because the first time you're killed, you're worth 8 points to whoever killed you, or whoever had the most, damage on you. Then you're only worth 6. Then you're only worth 4. So the more times you're killed, the less points people get for doing so. So that's a pretty cool little feature of the game. And then the overkill is cool too, because like thematically it's like they pissed you off, so then you mark them, so next time you shoot them you're doing an extra point of damage. So anyways, I expended my shotgun, did 3 points of damage to blue, and so this is used. I've already moved 3 times and then I shot, so my 2 actions are up. At the end of my turn I can discard 2 yellows to reload my shotgun. So before that, I'm going to teleport. So I'm going to discard this card and run away from blue. Because he's got that some kind of cyber blade. And then I'm going to discard this card for the yellow cube and one of my actual yellow cubes. And that reloads my shotgun. So now I got that available to me for my next turn. And then that's the end of my turn. So you just keep on going around like that, running around, grabbing stuff, shooting people until there's been 5 kills. So that means all 5 of these skulls up here will be on different players' score markers here. And then, different players' markers will be all along here. Oh, and another thing, if you do get an overkill on somebody, in addition to... If you get killed and it goes to here, you get to put a mark on that player. But that player also gets to put 2 of their markers up here on this kill track instead of just 1. Normally you just put 1 marker up there when you get a kill. If you get an overkill, you put 2. So, and remember, whoever has the most up here gets 8, 6, 4, 2, so on. So that counts for end of the game stuff. So then after the final kill has happened, it goes into frenzy mode. And you flip your little action thing over here, and anybody that has no damage flips their player boards over, and you go 1 more round. So if you were the first player, you get 1 action, and it is move twice, reload, shoot, or move 3 times and grab something. If you were not the first player, you get 2 actions of move, reload, shoot, move 4 times, move twice, and grab something. So that's the last frenzy. And then you can get additional points on the kill track if you kill somebody during this frenzy mode. So then at the end of the game, whoever has the most victory points wins the game. And a couple more things that I didn't talk about is line of sight in this game. So most of the cards are, if you can see them, you can shoot them. So a good example is the machine gun, because you can shoot 2 people. And then if you pay extra cubes, if you pay extra yellow, you do 1 additional damage to the first player you shot. If you pay a blue cube, you do 1 additional damage to the second person you shot and 1 damage to a third target. And the way, and it's as long as you can see them. And the way sight works in this game is pretty much as if it was real life. So blue can see anybody in this room. They can also see into this room because there's a door here, but they can't see into this room because they can't see around the corner. Now, if they were right here, they can see this entire room, and then they can peek their head into this door and see this entire room as well. Okay? So if I had the machine gun in this spot, that's a pretty good spot because, if that guy was there and that guy was there, I could shoot yellow, I could shoot purple, and I could peek around the corner and shoot green. So that's another cool part of the game, the line of sight. Being able to peek through the doors like that and see your entire room, not just limited to the square or room that you're in. And then, these weapons are... some of them are insane, so I don't want to go into too much detail just because some of them get really complex. But there's a sledgehammer, so you can pay extra and do more damage and send them flying backwards. Then you got a heat seeker. You can only shoot somebody that you cannot see, so they have to be completely out of your line of sight. So if yellow was over here and I was playing as blue, I could heat seeker missile and do 3 damage, but it costs 2 red and a yellow to reload. Then you got Thor, which will actually like do a chain lightning type thing between 3 players. Then you got the grenade launcher that can hurt one guy and send him flying back, or everybody on one square. The power glove lets you move forward 1 space, hit somebody, and then this is a symbol for mark. So you would do 1 damage to him plus 2 marks. And then the Whisper, which is a sniper rifle. They have to be 2 squares away from you, does 3 damage and a mark. Plasma gun, ZX2. There you go. So, and there's even one that shoots through doors somewhere, shoots through walls. Where is it? It's the rail lock rifle. It's called the rail gun. But anyway, you could actually shoot somebody through the wall. So if I was right here, I could shoot through this wall and hit blue. And there are other variants to the game where you can set up little sentry guns all throughout the map, and if you walk past them, they shoot you. I haven't even gotten to play all the different variants. But it gets really interesting with 4 players because the damage is spread out across all the different players, and then people start dying, and it feels like it's taking a long time, and then before you know it, 3 people die in a row, and then the game's almost over, and you're like, wait, I need to do one more thing. And it's a good combination of deciding whether to diversify your damage to try to get some points here and there, or just pick on one person and try to get the maximum amount of points out of that one person. And then also, you see this here, if you manage to kill 2 players in 1 turn, then you get 1 extra point. So it's like a double kill bonus. So that's pretty cool too. So that was how to play Adrenaline by Flip Nedick and Czech Games Edition. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave any comments down below. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and check out gamingonboard.com. We have links there to our Facebook and Instagram accounts. We do post daily. And as always, thanks for watching, and play all the games.